Have you ever been asked, so what do you do for fun? And your mind just goes completely blank, especially in English? Yeah, don't worry, that happens to pretty much everyone. So in this explainer, we are going to give you the exact words and phrases you need to talk about your hobbies with, total confidence. Let's get right into it.
Okay, first things first, let's tackle a really common point of confusion. You see a bike, you think about the activity, but what's the right word to use? Do you play cycling? Do you do cycling? Or do you go cycling? By the end of this, you're going to know exactly which one to use, for sure.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll cover 3 magic verbs. Then, we'll go beyond the basics to build up your vocabulary. After that, we'll level up your language to help you sound way more natural. And finally, we'll see it all in action with some real examples. All right, section 1. Let's talk about our 3 magic verbs. Go, do, and play. Seriously, think of these as the absolute foundation for talking about pretty much any hobby. If you get these right, everything else is going to click into place so much easier.
Okay, so this table breaks it all down. And you know what? The rules are actually pretty simple once you see them like this. For any activity that ends in ing, you're going to use go. So think go swimming, go running, go cycling. Easy enough, right? Then for individual activities or martial arts, the verb is do, like you do yoga or you do karate. And finally, for any team sport or a game that involves a ball, you're going to use play. You play football, play tennis, play basketball. The main thing to remember is just linking the type of activity to one of these 3 verbs.
So, you've seen the rules. How about we put them to the test? Let's do a quick, fun quiz. It's no pressure at all. Just a chance to see if it's all making sense. You ready? First one up, we have this awesome action shot. So what's the verb here? The answer is you go cycling. And why is that? Well, because the activity, cycling, ends in ing. It fits that first rule perfectly. See? Simple. Okay, what's next? We've got a racket, we've got a ball. What do you think for this one? Of course, you play tennis. Just remember that super simple rule. If it's a game, especially one with a ball, the verb is almost always play. And for our last one, what about something like judo or karate? You don't play them, right? You do them. That's our rule for individual sports and martial arts. And just like that, go, do, and play. You've officially got the basics down. Nicely done.
Okay, moving on to section 2. Now that we have our core verbs sorted, let's build on that foundation and really expand our vocabulary. We're going to move beyond just the action and learn how to talk about the people and even the objects involved in our hobbies. This chart here is super helpful because it shows how all these different words connect to each other. For example, if your hobby is painting, well, that makes you a painter. If you play the guitar, you're a guitarist. You see that pattern, right? Knowing these connections lets you talk about your passions in a much more detailed and, honestly, a much more interesting way.
All right, you ready to level up? You want to sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like how people actually talk? Well, the secret weapon for that is phrasal verbs. They are what add all the flavor and context to your stories.
I mean, think about it. Our hobbies are a huge part of our life story, aren't they? We start them, maybe we stop for a while, then we come back to them. Phrasal verbs are the perfect tools to help you tell that story.
So let's break down 4 of the most useful ones. When you start a brand new hobby, you take it up. Maybe you took up painting during lockdown. If you have to stop doing it, you give it up. I sadly had to give up playing football because of an injury. If you want to restart an old passion, you get back into it. And if you just want to try something for the very first time, you have a go at it. I've always wanted to have a go at pottery. Using these will instantly make your English sound so much more natural. Okay, so we've covered the rules, we've covered the vocabulary. Now for the really fun part. Let's see how all of this comes together when real people are talking.
First up, let's meet Kareem. His hobby isn't just about playing video games, he also blogs about them. He says, I enjoy blogging because I love writing. It's a great example of using simple, powerful verbs like enjoy and love to really share your passion.
Next is Jake. Now listen to what he says. My friends and I always go skateboarding. There it is, our go plus ing rule, right there in a real sentence. And he also adds how it makes him feel. It's really exciting. That's a fantastic way to share your enthusiasm with someone. And finally, here's Amaya, who's a keen photographer. She says she enjoys taking photos and she even joined a photography club. And this is a really great point.
Hobbies aren't just things we do alone. They're often an amazing way to connect with other people and build a real community.
So what's the big takeaway here? Whether it's Kareem blogging, Jake skateboarding, or Amaya taking photos, they are all using the exact same language we've just been practicing. And what that means is that you now have all the tools you need to do the exact same thing. Wow, we've covered a lot from go, do, and play, all the way to phrasal verbs. So I want to leave you with this question. Using what you've just learned, what's a hobby you've always wanted to have a go at? Think about it. And hey, next time someone asks, you'll have the perfect answer ready to go.